Now Warnock. Well, things got a little stagnant there, so Tyler Keel takes a 30-second timeout. Tyler Keel's done a nice job as head coach at Monona Grove. His third season, took over for Eric Nelson, who was 117-73 in 8 years as MG's girls head coach. Keel was an assistant coach before taking over as head coach, and he missed the January 4th MG game against Edgewood because his wife gave birth to a baby boy earlier in the day. So congratulations to the Keel family.
That benefited from having Warnock in his lineup for each of his years as the head coach here.
Yeah, assistant coach Pete Keys took over that day, and he's 1-0 as a head coach. Here's Sam Matheson. He was a head coach at age 23 when he took over here for Kent Evenstead at Monona Grove. He was an assistant coach on Monroe's 06 and 08 state championship teams under Kevin Keene. His wife was a heck of a player. Ellen Sadoff, remember her, the former Ellen Sadoff, played on Monroe's state tournament teams in 88 and 89. Miss inside. Okay. I understand online we're having a little difficulty hearing the play-by-play guy. That's me, I guess.
Well, they're lucky if they couldn't hear me. But I'm told the problem has been rectified.
Oh, good. Well, there we go.
Gentleman who informed us of such.
Yeah. Kaylee Kellogg missed the three. Here's Monroe looking to extend a 5-point lead. Yeah, didn't have anything really worthwhile to say anyways.
Watch Warnock and Hilliard go at it, and the bench wall.
Here's Benshall in some trouble. Hilliard with a great back cut, makes some space and scores. 8 for Hilliard. 27-20. As Brove said, this is a big game in the conference standings. MG trying to pretty much lock up the conference, but if Monroe can win tonight, the Cheesemakers are right there with 3 games left.
Stoughton also 2 games back. Stoughton beat Monona Grove in the second game of the season. MG hasn't lost since.
Hilliard 3 hits back iron.
The Silver Eagles avenge that loss to Stoughton.
Here's a long 3 that rims out for Curran for a Monona Grove. And a steal. That's Peyton Blang heading the other way. Blang to the hoop, tried to get Curran, but it bounced off a couple of Cheesemakers' legs and out of bounds. Monona Grove girls basketball has been to the state tournament 3 times, 1988, 1990, and 1994. Ranked second in both the Associated Press and the WisSports.net polls this week in Division II. You'd figure the Division II championship would run through Beaver Dam somehow because they're the #1 team in Division II. And there's a nice looking hoop from Shauna Curran. She's a junior off the bench. Curran's first 2, 27-22.
First points by somebody not named Warnock in about 6 minutes for MG.
22, Sadie Conway is in for Monroe. She's a 5'10 junior. That layup attempt misses and Warnock rebounds. Pushes it ahead and it's knocked out of bounds. And that's bouncing by our camera equipment and there's no way I can retrieve something moving that fast, so we'll have some of the young legs take care of it.
Sydney Updike was happy to help you out.
Yes, thank you, Sydney. You know, the thing about Warnock, I know she's averaging 30.9 points a game. She's also averaging 13.6 rebounds as she rebounded that last one. Wow, that's a high arcer from Curran. Shauna Curran has 5 quick points, and it's 27-25. Hilliard pulls up. 17-footer misses. Rebound to Warnock. Warnock pounds it. Drives it. Just missed. Couldn't get through the double team there. Now Hilliard at the other end beats Warnock down the court. This is Matheson for three. No. Look at Hilliard rebound and get fouled.
I think Warnock's going to pick up her second foul.
Well, they're going to give it to Darian Johnson. Apparently got the foul. Let's see.
Keel will say thank you very much.
I saw the flash go off there. And there's Hilliard on the rebound. So Hilliard is now 3 of 4 from the line, and she'll get one more. Got offers, serious offers from Marquette, Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska. It came down to Wisconsin and Marquette, and she chose Wisconsin.
Yeah, between Warnock and Hilliard, I think they got to know most of the assistant coaches in the area.
Yes, yes, indeed. And Hilliard guarding Warnock, protecting that entry pass to the Silver Eagle senior. Here's a little jump stop from Bruns, and that was a travel. So Warnock has 9. Hilliard leads everyone with 10. And after a bit of a slow start from the offenses, it's now 29-25 as we hit the 3:15 mark of the first half. Hilliard gets a pick. Now dropping it off to Benshaw. Benshaw again. Finds her sister Megan. Megan with a beautiful looking banker for 2.
Monroe pretty deliberate on offense there, but converts the bucket.
Well, Monroe looks like a team that can do a lot of things.
Well, they're pretty balanced tonight.
Yeah. Warnock's little runner misses. Hilliard hesitation, driving. Oh, the left-hander won't go. Now Warnock maybe with a bit of an advantage as she races to the other end. Ooh, thought about 3, couldn't get it off. Now here's Gorton, Jenny Gorton working. Warnock got bumped by Grace Matheson. And that'll be a first personal on the junior, Grace Matheson. I remember her sister Sydney played on Monroe's conference championship team that went to state last year, Sydney Matheson. Peyton Nelson to the corner to Gorton. Jenny Gorton hits the iron, and that rebound cleared by Monroe. Cheesemakers up 6. Benshaw missed, followed, got it. That's Emily Benshaw scoring to make it 33-25. Largest lead of the night for Monroe.
That's 8 for Emily Benshaw.
Gorton finds Bruns. And the rebound to the hands of Grace Tostrud for Monroe. Now to Hilliard. She'll work against Peyton Nelson. Boy, that hesitation move really works well for Hilliard, and she scores her 12th point. 10-point lead for Monroe. Now the pass goes right into the hands of Tostrud. Hilliard ahead for Benshaw, but she traveled before she made the layup.
That hurts because that looked like this one was going to be a 12-point lead for Monroe.
Boy, who beat Monroe this year? They must be pretty good if they beat them.
Well, they fell to Morton, Illinois after winning the first 4 and lost in overtime, or then lost to MG 73-64. They lost to Chippewa Falls at Christmas time. And
let's see, Watertown, I see they lost. And,
yeah.
Oregon. Lost to Oregon 45-43 at Oregon, January 17th. I'll tell you what,
They're impressive tonight.
They look great, don't they?
Again, they've got the two bench walls in Hilliard are pretty formidable.
Well, again, a team that made it to state the last couple of years.
Yeah, and they know how to play this time of year.
Yeah.
Seeding meetings this weekend will determine who goes where in a few weeks at tournament time.
Yeah. Only 2 seniors on this Monroe team, Hilliard and Emily Benshaw. Here's Warnock. Ooh, that's pretty deep for her. Missed the shot, got the rebound, and fouled on the rebound. Monroe's fortunate to get out of that situation without Warnock scoring. It's going to be Tostrud's second personal foul, 5th team foul on Monroe. Now Warnock gets it deep. Look at that, all the red shirts again. Drops it off to Blang. Warnock wants it back for 3. They don't see her, and the pass is behind Kaylee Kellogg and out of bounds. Turnover.
And again, Hilliard's in control, isn't she?
Yeah.
You hold for one shot here? Or?
I think there's some water or perspiration on the court.
Yeah. Monroe is on an 8-0 run. It was 27-25 after Curran hit a 3-ball, but since then, Monroe has opened up a comfortable lead.
Yeah, it's 27-20, then 27-25, now 35-25. Final half minute of the first half. All right, this first half has gone quickly. Almost looked like they're thinking about going for the final shot of the half here.
I kind of thought I didn't see Coach tell Hilliard that, but the way he's in charge, and now it definitely looks like they're going for the final shot.
Yeah. Down to 7. Down to 5. Hilliard. Nope. And the ball tipped out of bounds. 0.8 of a second left in the half. And it'll be Monroe's basketball. Well, what do you got for 0.8 of a second here?
Well, I think you might look for a 30 on a catch and shoot.
It's Benshaw and blocked by Curran. And that'll do it for the first half.
So Monroe gets the last 8 points of the first 17 minutes. If you're just tuning in right now, expecting to see the pregame.
Well, that's
we
true,
started early because of snow and sleet outside, and Monroe got pretty hot early. They're 3 stars. The 2 bench walls, Megan and Emily, have helped the stars. Sydney Hilliard, an impressive first half for the Cheesemakers.
Yeah, really good first half for Monroe. Again, Monona Grove has lost only 1 time this season, ranked 2nd in the state, but they're going to have to make quite a comeback here in the second half. At halftime, it's Monroe 35, Monona Grove 25. We'll be back with the start of the second half in just a few moments. You're watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TVW and Channel3000.com. Welcome back to Monona Grove High School. We approach the start of the second half. The Cheesemakers from Monroe lead the Silver Eagles from Monona Grove 35-25. And, bro, we were talking during the break. That was a pretty impressive half by the Monroe Cheesemakers.
Well, yeah, MG has come in on a big winning streak, but they've been handled pretty well. Sagging defense by Monroe has hampered the big gun Warnock. She's only got 9 points. Meanwhile, Monroe's had a balanced attack with 12 from Sydney Hilliard, 8 from Emily Benchwall, and 6 apiece from Grace Tostrud and Megan Benchwall. And that balance has overcome, the stardom of Warnock.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the first half. Monroe's Grace Tostrud was getting things going early offensively. She hit a couple of threes to start out to put the Cheesemakers in front early.
Yeah, she was the offense early for Monroe.
And Peyton Blank hit a drive, and then here's a ball that was actually tipped as it left Darian Johnson's hands, but it still went in for 3. And Warnock did some damage eventually in the first half.
Yeah, she had 8 in a row here after Christensen's 3 ball. She showed her brilliance, but boy, she attracted a crowd, and by and large, Monroe kept her quiet, and Hilliard did her thing on the other end. Again, she's the leading scorer in the first half with 12 points. And if you're just tuning in expecting the first half tip, well, they moved the start time up by 45 minutes because of the weather outside. Probably a good move. But you're going to watch the second half, and Monroe Grove, against second-ranked team in the state, is down 10 points to the 10th-ranked team, Monroe.
Just got a text from South Florida. Kevin Keene, the championship coach from Monroe in the late 2000s, says he's watching our broadcast online from warm, sunny, southern Florida.
He doesn't have to worry about sleet and icy roads in the Beltline.
So great to have Kevin and everybody watching online tonight. Boy, those were good days, those Cheesemaker teams from the championships from 2006 and 2008. There's an air ball. It'll go back to Monona Grove.
I gave you Monroe's first half stats. Warnock, the leading scorer for MG with 9. No one else has more than 5. Kern with 5. Kellogg with 4. Johnson with 3. And Peyton Blank with 2 in the first half for the Silver Eagles.
10-point lead for Monroe. There's inside to Warnock, and it rolls in, and she'll get a 3-point opportunity.
They got to get her going. And again, you know she's going to continue to attract a crowd.
Sydney Hilliard gets her second personal foul. So here's Warnock. She's a heck of a volleyball player, too. Had over 1,000 blocks and digs in volleyball as a first-team all-conference player the last 2 seasons.
Honorable mention all-state in volleyball.
She's going to end up in the top 10 in scoring in Wisconsin girls basketball history. Well, that pass was behind Hilliard, and it's an easy steal for Peyton Blank. And they say she discontinued the dribble. Turn it over. Tyler Keel's going, what? Anyway, 35-28, Cheesemaker basketball. Benshaw nearly didn't see the double team, but did, and now Hilliard hits in the lane for her 14th point. Here's Warnock. Let's see if she's going to try to take over here. Nope, she'll feed it back to her teammate Kellogg. 3-pointer miss. Rebound Benshaw. Or Toster, excuse me.
Somebody to start making those threes from the outside, because again, Warnock's getting such attention defensively. She's got to kick it out to her teammates.
Wow, look at Hilliard again. Warnock pulls up and hits the 3. Well, there you go. That's what McKenna Warnock can do. That was a long 3, 39-31. Then Monroe handles that pressure from MG. There's Benshaw. She'll end up with a layup. That's how you crack the pressure. Nice passing by MG, but then it skips off the hands of Kellogg. Turnover back to Monroe. Other games in the Badger South tonight. Stoughton's at Oregon, Watertown at Fort Atkinson, and Milton at Edgewood.
And you mentioned a lot of those other schools moved the start times up in addition to this one because of the weather.
Hilliard kicks back for Matheson. Rolls out. Look at Hilliard get the offensive rebound and a left-handed sweeper for the putback. Boy, she can do it all.
18 for Hilliard. 6 of the 8 points in this half.
Warnock trying to create some space but can't shake Hilliard. There's a deflection. Loose ball. Steal. Into the hands of Matheson. Oh, boy, and over and back. Shoot. Hilliard was in the backcourt, and Matheson gave it back to her from the front court.
Yeah, unforced error there will not make Coach Matheson happy, but boy, he's got to be pleased at what he's seen.
Look at this. Just,
well, I think they got
it was close.
I think the Zebras might have missed one, actually.
Well, there's that logo there that kind of confuses the line a little bit.
That darn MG.
So Peyton Nelson with it. Boy, how many Nelsons have played at Monona Grove, boys and girls, huh? Through the years?
Lots and lots, and they're always good players.
Yes, they are. Now Warnock on Hilliard. Look at that. 4 Monroe players, and it forces a turnover as Warnock's called for the travel.
Boy, 2 All-Staters going head-to-head, and Hilliard forced the turnover.
What? Look at all the red. Yep, just lost that pivot foot just before the pass.
Man, Hilliard can officiate, too.
Who can't in this game, huh? Wow. That's a beautiful fading jump hook from Hilliard. And a timeout, Monona Grove. It was 35-25 at half, and now the lead is 14 for the Cheesemakers.
Well, after that 1-3 ball by Warnock, it kind of felt like there was a shot of energy for Monona Grove, but boy, that energy is long gone as Hilliard and Benchwall each score buckets, and it's the biggest lead of the game at 14.
That was a big-time play by Sidney Hilliard.
Yeah, Hilliard's putting on a show here in the second half with 8 points in the half, 20 in the game.
So Tyler Keel trying to get his team back on page here. Last season MG was 19-5 before losing to Stoughton in the regionals. They returned all 5 starters from last season but lost their best defensive player, Jordan Dahlhauser. Meanwhile, Monroe, state tournament at the Resch Center last season, lost to New Berlin Eisenhower in the Division II semifinals. They were 24-3 last season.
And 14-0 in the Badgers side.
Monroe lost to Beaver Dam in the state semifinals in 2017. So Cheesemakers looking to put things together here and perhaps make another run to that state tournament in the Resch Center in March.
It's that time when experience and big games pay off.
Blang gets caught up, finds Gorton. Nice pass there for Curran. Missed the shot. Another rebound for Monroe. Dangerous territory for Monona Grove here, down 14. Benshaw had it blocked by Curran. Nice defensive play. But then she lost the ball. Benshaw's going to have another layup.
Nice defensive play by Megan Benchwall, and Emily Benchwall is the beneficiary with a bucket.
47-31. Long 3, MG. That's Jenny Gorton. Her first hoop tonight. Still a 13-point lead for Monroe. Now that one bounces off the hands of Kaylee Nesbitt. Here comes MG. They look for Warnock. She'll try 3. It'll be short. And look at that hustle by Gordon to get the ball back. Here's Nelson 3. Nope. Ball bounding around, and it'll be Monroe getting it. And the red jersey Cheesemakers come to the other end. Benshaw 3. Boy, what a 1-2 punch. Hilliard and Emily Benshaw.
That's their 2 seniors, and they've had a night tonight.
They've combined for 35.
Yep. 20 for Hilliard, 15 for Benchwall.
Well, that time Blying just lost control. Threw it out of bounds. Here's that last three by Emily Benshaw.
A lot of time. She sinks it.
Did a nice job of setting her feet. Her 18th three-point basket of the season. She averages 10.6 points. Up to 15 tonight. Now Monroe. Nice patient attack this time. Well, that ball skipped off of Chloe Bunker, and now MG running the other way. There's the basket and a foul by J.D. Christensen.
Second bucket for J.D. They've both been the same way. She's all alone and took the outlet pass and scored in the layup.
Emily Benshaw, or make it Megan Benshaw, gets her first personal foul for Monroe. Christensen, her first free throw attempt tonight is good. So just when it looks like Monroe's going to shake MG, the Silver Eagles come back with a basket or two. Back to a 13-point lead. Hilliard. Nice pass and a basket for Grace Matheson.
Hilliard averages 3.7 assists a game. There was a nice one to set up Matheson for her first points of the game.
All right, it's so hard to defend Monroe tonight because everybody's involved, it seems. Three-point attempt is dropped through by Curran, her second three tonight. Shayna Curran has 8. And now it's a 12-point lead. That three is going to be way short by Tosterud, who hit 2 to start the game. And now here's another opportunity for Monona Grove as Warnock and Johnson return for the Silver Eagles. There's Warnock, who has 15 points tonight.
That was her first visit to the bench. She played the entire first half. And actually, her teammates picked her up with Warnock on the bench.
Right. There's Warnock, gets around Hilliard, and there's the help for Monroe. Here comes Hilliard the other way. One player to beat, and lays it in. Boy, she's going to look good in the red and white uniform at the Kohl Center next year, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, my goodness. I'd play her, too, by the way. Here's Curran, again, another three that misses. Inside, Christensen is fouled. She'll shoot 2.
Well, that is something the Wisconsin program needs, a hometown girl or local to become the face of the program. I don't mean to put a lot of pressure on her,
right,
but it would benefit Coach Sippis if Hilliard could step in and play as a freshman. But that's asking a lot.
Tell you what, she looks like she could help right now, like tonight. Christensen having a good night, 6 points. There's Megan Benshaw. Back in for Monroe. Hilliard will take a break.
Christensen's a junior.
Boy, she came in averaging 0.8 of a point a game.
Yeah, she's definitely picked up the Silver Eagles.
Well, they're down 12 with Hilliard on the bench. MG. Benshaw hits from the same spot for 3. There's Curran. Curran again.
But again, look at the defense around Warnock.
Yeah. Three-pointer rolls out. Battle for the rebound, won by Monroe. That's Benshaw. And the senior sends the Cheesemakers down the other way.
And, well, the bench walls in Hilliard have been impressive tonight. The fact that they've held Warnock to 14 points, a player who's averaged 30, is really the reason that Monroe is running away with this one.
Emma Town hits again. That's her second basket tonight. Boy, everybody's involved for the Cheesemakers. That's why they're up 17. Warnock traveled. Boy, she just can't get it going. You see the frustration on her face. But again, look at the crowd around her.
Yeah, defensively, they've just done a number on her. And
that's 4 of the 5 right there.
Again, she's averaging 30.9 a game. Had, 41 last Saturday against Stoughton. Or against Oregon, excuse me.
Benshaw. Oh, man, what a move. Spinning for 2 more. Well, it's senior night for Monona Grove, but it's senior night for Monroe between Hilliard and Benshaw. Curran, too strong. 61-42.
Don't think a lot of people saw this one coming. Again, MG has won 15 in a row since losing to Stoughton in the second game of the season.
Oh, nice move there by Megan Benshaw. Tell you what, they play like this. You don't want Monroe in the tournament sequence, I'll tell you. 63-42. Warnock, nowhere to go, but still scores. Well, she's trying to keep her teammates up. Down 19. Let's take a look at the last 2 Monroe baskets. I think they're going to be Benshaw baskets, if I'm not mistaken. This is going to be Emily. And then Megan's going to spin for 2.
Megan's first points of the second half, whereas Emily has had 9 in the second half, 17 in the game. Megan Benchwell's got 8 points in the night. That Warnock bucket before the timeout was her first score since about 16 minutes remained in the game. So she went about 8 minutes without a hoop, and Monroe has lengthened its lead.
Well, Warnock's got 17. If she gets to, say, 25, I mean, Monroe's going to feel really good about holding her to 25. That's just what a force she is.
Yeah.
I want to remind you we have another Prep Mandy game of the week coming up Thursday night. We'll be in the Big 8 Conference. Boys basketball, Sun Prairie at Madison La Follette. The last time those 2 teams played, it was 105-104 Sun Prairie in double overtime. So expect fireworks Thursday night. We've rescheduled that Sun Prairie game, girls game that we lost, will be at Sun Prairie next Thursday night. And that's going to be probably for the Big 8 Conference Championship when Middleton faces Sun Prairie. And we've added a couple of games of the week in the tournament season as well. One girls the first night of the first round, and one boys the first night of that first round the week after. Okay, we're back to action. We're down to 7:45 left in this game. Boy, we've hardly played an hour, and we've only got 7 minutes left.
Yeah, if you are just tuning in and surprised to see we're this far along, the game has moved up to a 6:30 start because of the weather. And Monroe has led pretty much. The last time Monona Grove led, and the only time they led all night, was at 9-8.
Oh, wow. 3-point miss. Benshaw, another rebound for Monroe. Yeah, the Silver Eagles got to within a couple, 27-22, or 27-25, excuse me. And then it's been pretty much Monroe ever since.
Yeah, last 7 points of the first half was scored by Monroe, and they have lengthened that lead. This is the largest margin of the night right now.
Kaylee Kellogg back in for Monona Grove. Hilliard kicks to Benshaw. Well, they tried to get Benshaw. They finally get it back to her. She scores and is fouled. Things are going right for the Cheesemakers.
Well, when you work hard, those things happen.
Right. And you see that Bruns tipped it away, and then she ends up fouling Benshaw on a potential three-point play. One of the few things that haven't gone right for Monroe here in the second half. They've scored 30 points in the second half to 19 for Monona Grove.
That was the first missed free throw all night for Monroe as well.
Warnock spinning and dishing, and that'll stay with the Silver Eagles. Warnock's the all-time leading scorer for both boys and girls basketball at Monona Grove.
Ranked 86th in her class nationally by ESPN.
17 points tonight for Warnock, who averages almost 31 a game. Well, Monroe thought it was a travel, but it's going to be a foul on the Cheesemakers. Grace Matheson gets her third, I guess that is. Yep, third on Grace Matheson. Fourth team foul on Monroe. Here's Warnock. Tough to stop. Hilliard dribbled into a double team and lost it. Blang comes away with it for the Silver Eagles, driving, scoring, and fouled. Nice job end-to-end by Peyton Blang, and she'll have a three-point chance. Second on Benshaw, Emily Benshaw.
That's the way MG is going to get back in this game with their defense.
Well, we mentioned there's a few Nelsons that have played here at Monona Grove. There's been a few Blangs, too, through the years.
A few years back was Peyton's brothers. Peyton's a tennis player herself.
Megan Benshaw scores. I go way back to Mike Blang, who had about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball back in the day.
Yeah.
That's going to be a foul and a two-shot opportunity coming up for Kaylee Kellogg. Grace Matheson, her fourth personal for Monroe. That's 6 team fouls in the Cheesemakers, and that free throw attempt misses by Kellogg. Kaylee Nesbitt in for Monroe, number 12. Kellogg only 1 of 3 from the free throw line tonight, now 2 of 4. And the lead is 18 for MG. Boy, the only thing that's going to slow down Monroe tonight is the weather. On that ride down Highway 69. Well, that one's tipped as the shot by Megan Benshaw misses. Boy, look at Emily Benshaw defensively, causing another turnover. Hilliard gets it. Let's see if Emily Benshaw wants to push it. Oh, look at that drive. Look at that move. And look at that score.
They're going to like her at Lindenwood next year.
Oh, yeah. And a big smile from Emily Benshaw. 22 for her. And look at this. That's some skill.
Yeah. Went around 3 defenders, didn't she?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, speaking of families, the Benshaws in Monroe. Eric Benshaw, the brother of Megan and Emily, played football for the Wisconsin Badgers. He was on Monroe's 1986 state football championship team. Eric's older brother, Scott, played at Monroe and the University of Wisconsin. And Scott's sons, you may have heard of, Bo and Luke Benshaw, on the Wisconsin roster. And another Benshaw son of Scott, JP, just committed to UW this week to play football.
You need something on the screen to explain
all
that.
Gosh.
We need a family tree.
Well, we just learned how to pronounce the name Benshaw, and spelling it is another question. They're the Krzyzewskis of Wisconsin, and no one can spell their name.
Magic name in Monroe.
But yeah, what a history.
And Emily's having a night tonight along with Sydney Hilliard.
Yeah, it's a pretty good place to start, those two seniors. And they know what February and March are all about. Interesting to see how far they can take this Monroe Cheesemaker team.
Well, again, you ask your seniors to play big in big games, and Monroe still have clinging to title hopes. They win this game, they're within a game of league-leading Monona Grove. But, yeah, there will be bigger games in the next month. But Hilliard and Emily Benshaw, the two seniors, having a big night tonight.
Yep. Megan Benshaw gets that foul, her second. She's the freshman sister of Emily. Peyton Nelson misfires on the first. There are 2 players named Peyton. Their first name's Peyton on the Monona Grove roster. Peyton Nelson spells her first name P-E-I-G-H-T-O-N, and Peyton Blank, number 5, spells it P-E-Y-T-O-N. That one good by Peyton Nelson. 69-50. Monroe trying to close out and even the season series with Monona Grove at a win apiece. Both teams would win on the opponent's home court. Hilliard, boy, look at Monroe move that ball around. Clock continues to roll on Monona Grove. Needs some help there, and wow, Hilliard got it away and didn't give it up, and then she drives to the basket and it's fouled. Darian Johnson gets her second.
Monroe did a nice job running their offense, taking some time off the clock, and moved the ball nicely.
So if you're in the seeding meeting Saturday, what do you do with Monona Grove and Monroe? MG's going to have 2 losses, but this is a heck of a win for Monroe.
Yeah, because of that, I assume they have to get the higher seed.
Yeah. That one by Tostrud doesn't work out, and look at the steal there by Benshaw, but then moving a little too quickly and couldn't control it. It'll go to MG with just over 4 minutes left.
Again, MG had won 15 in a row coming into this game. Monroe had won 4 in a row.
And if it holds, there'll be a game out of first in the Badgers South with 3 to play. And look at that, a wedgie. Peyton Nelson sticks it between the rim and the basket. And Hilliard thought about jumping up and getting it.
Yeah.
But now they're going to do it like the rest of us would do it. Knocked it in the basket.
Yeah. Hilliard having a good chuckle off that.
Monroe basketball. It's an alternate possession thing when that happens, by the way. So now the arrow goes back to MG. Hilliard and Warnock get tied up. Nice cut there for Matheson, but ball off her hands and out of bounds.
But getting back to the seeding thing again, I think there'll probably be a discussion in the coaches' meeting about going again. As you pointed out, each team won on the other team's court. This is January though, and the MG win was in December.
This is February.
Excuse me, we're in February. You're right.
There's a Warnock 3. But yeah,
the other game win was in December. Yeah. Thank you for turning the calendar over for me.
I mean, January was a good month. Don't get me wrong. It's time to move on.
That groundhog, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, that was the clue.
Yeah.
Darian Johnson, 3rd personal foul for Monona Grove. We're under the 3-minute mark. Monroe still leading it by 16. Only 3 team fouls on MG. 3 from Matheson. $19-point lead. Ball tipped. Tostrud steals. .220 left. Tostrud, can she recover and get it? Yes, she will. And then a sloppy pass into the backcourt and a turnover. Back to MG.
Monroe gets Edgewood Friday at home. Then they play Marshall Saturday in Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
That really will. Marshall currently the second-ranked team in Division III after Monroe is taking care of the second-ranked team in Division II tonight.
Toughens you up for the tournaments, that's for sure.
Yeah. Monroe on a busy stretch of schedule. They play Fort Atkinson Monday night. So they have 4 games in 6 days. NBA schedule.
Oof. Yeah, that cold last week really has the athletic directors running around late in the regular season trying to reschedule all these things. But I want to thank Jeff Schreiner, our athletic director here at Monona Grove, and he kept us informed on the start time being moved up 45 minutes, and appreciate all of not only his help, but all the athletic directors that are so helpful and cooperative in our Game of the Week series.
Well, you mentioned the coaches' rankings, and you said new ones came out today. Currently, Monroe again ranked 10th in Division II. Monona Grove second in Division I. McGuanago is number 1 in the state. Bayport second. Sun Prairie 6th, and again we'll see Sun Prairie when you and I spend Valentine's Day together. Watching Sun Prairie and Middleton decide the Big 8
want it
battle.
any other way. Well, one other way, but anyway.
In Division III, Laconia is the number 1 team. Marshall is number 2. Aquinas top ranked in D4. Blackhawk in D5. And there's the boss at MG Athletic Department.
Working hard. Probably setting up another game somewhere. But he kept everybody. I tell you what, he contacted a whole bunch of media folks this afternoon to keep them informed on what was going on. Monroe had requested that the game be moved up, and Jeff Schreiner and MG was more than happy to cooperate with the circumstances with the weather. Now Monroe may be trying to
play keep away with a 19-point lead in the last 85 seconds.
Ben Shaw missed. Warnock another rebound. Well, Warnock's going to get, she has 22 right now. That one's going to be a foul on Hilliard, who was in some disbelief. Well, it's going to be on Megan Benshaw, her third. So not on Hilliard. But here comes Warnock to the free throw line. 4 of 4 there tonight. Looks like she'll end up in the mid-20s, which will be below her average. But I tell you what, it was a hard-earned 24 so far. She's going to have Monroe jerseys in her dreams tonight.
Yeah, she saw a lot of red.
Peyton Blang gets her third personal foul, but now only a minute 8 left. So the Badger South Conference race will tighten. Monona Grove will be 9-2. Monroe will be 8-3 with 3 regular season games remaining.
Monona Grove plays at Milton Friday. Milton's currently 3-6 coming into tonight's play. Then they host Watertown Saturday. So I guess, more than theoretically, those 2 games could affect the seeds.
Yep.
MG's going to have to rebound from getting spanked here tonight.
Yeah. Shauna Curran got that foul, her first. Let's see if Monroe even attempts a shot here in the final 35 seconds. They'll be happy to get this done and get home. Get that bus warmed up.
Yeah, I think this is how it's going to end.
So Monona Grove won the first meeting 73-64. It's going to be Monroe winning the second one 72-55.
Denny Hilliard with 22 points. Megan Benchwall with 12. Emily Benchwall with 19. Grace Mathiasen with 5. And Grace Tostrud with 6. Town also had 5 for Monroe. They had pretty good balance, but they also played great defense.
Yeah.
And what did Warnock end up with? 25?
So again, that's
24.
Yeah,
for
24.
Megan
I've got Warnock. Yep. So There you see Monroe heading to their locker room, and boy, that's going to be a happy locker room as they really played well. They really, really played well. And it'll be interesting to see where things go from here with the tournament just a few weeks away.
Yeah, it was, again, Monroe scored the last 7 points of the first half to break open a game, which was 27-25 at the time. And MG could really not ever close the gap in the second half. Monroe, again, with a stifling defense. They took away Warnock, if you can say that when a girl scores 24 points against you. But by and large, they nullified the top scorer in this area and one going away. So Monroe has let the world know they're still around and a force to be reckoned with after going to state the last 2 years.
All right, bro. Thanks very much. We'll see you a week from Thursday when we have Middleton Sun Prairie girls.
That should be a good one.
Yeah.
As always, nice job.
Thank you. You too. And again, Thursday night we'll be back with another Prep Mania game of the week. It'll be boys basketball. That's going to be in the Big 8 as Sun Prairie visits Madison La Follette. John Boyle will join me 7:15 Thursday night on channel3000.com. Once again, our final score tonight. Monroe 72, Monona Grove 55. Thanks to our great Rush Media crew, Derek Dombrowski running the truck for TBW and channel3000.com, along with Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Thursday night from Madison La Follette. Good night from Monona.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Monroe comes to Monona Grove, and the Cheesemakers had an impressive win, and Sidney Hilliard was a big part of that. First, let's talk defense. McKenna Warnock came in averaging about 31 points a game. You held her under that average. What was the defensive strategy to hold her down tonight?
I mean, the mindset right away in practice was just not let her get the ball. I mean, I face guarded her basically the whole game, and we knew that she was going to score no matter what because she's McKenna. So, but yeah, I thought we played really well defensively as a team as well as like one-on-one. So I thought that was a main focus for us.
You guys played well every aspect tonight. Do you get the sense that this team is kind of on an upward swing here?
Yeah, I mean, when we lost originally to Oregon in the second half of conference play, we knew we kind of had to step it up. And I thought the last 3 games we've improved offensively as well as defensively. So, yeah, I'm really proud of how we played tonight. So.
Well, keep it going and drive safely on the way.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Monroe wins. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks.